Get to work on time and ahead of the pack.
This is Richmond's Morning News with Rich Herrera on News Radio WRVA.
All right, News Radio WRVA time is 6:33. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us. My name is Rich Herrera. This is the Voice of Virginia, News Radio WRVA. Super Dave, good morning.
Good morning.
We're asking people this morning, what brings you joy? So Dave, the saltiest man I know, he said food, right? Food.
Which goes along with salt. Because that's a food too.
Yesterday, we had a pretty good show. I was kind of excited afterwards, and I brought you back. Did I bring you food yesterday?
Yes, you brought me some churros.
Churros from Taco Bell.
From Taco Bell, yeah.
Yeah,
that was nice.
Did that bring joy to you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so there's some joy for you. What brings you joy? I'm just interested. He said today is the day of joy.
Food brings me joy. Free food brings me even more joy.
You know my favorite beer, don't you?
Free
beer and cheap beer.
Hey, I'll take free beer. I'll take free food.
Dave's not picky.
And even when I have to pay for beer, I enjoy it. Even when I have to pay for food, I enjoy it.
Okay, so what brings you joy? Just the little simple things in life. Couple things that bring me joy. I'm with you. Food. I like to eat, as people can tell by listening to this radio show. I love going to the movies. That's something that brings me joy.
That used to, not as much as it does anymore, just because movies aren't as good. And we're sounding like a bunch of, crabby old men.
Get off my lawn. No, there's nothing good. I look every week. Is there anything I want to see? Darn. All right, I'm going to go by Tom Leonard's, just get popcorn because that's about the best part of the movie right now anyway. What else? My family brings me joy. Now, people are going to laugh at this. This brings me joy. Living here in Virginia and being amongst all this history that I only read about as a little kid.
That is interesting.
Mount Vernon,
is fun. Yeah.
Monticello, Washington, D.C.
And if there's anybody listening that hasn't done those things, you need to, because they're amazing.
You know what, though? I made up my mind this time. So I've lived in some pretty cool places, right? I lived in San Diego. I drove 20 minutes to drop my kid off at school every day. And if I drove another 3 minutes, I'd be at the beach.
That's nice.
I hardly ever went to the beach. I lived in San Francisco. I've never been to Alcatraz.
Well, that's usually the way it is.
Right.
I lived in San Antonio, Texas for 18 years, and there's things I never went there.
You just go to the Alamo once?
I have been to the Alamo. I've actually been a couple of times.
To work or to see?
Both.
Okay.
And there's things that I grew up in St. Louis. I lived there for 25 years, over 25 years. And there's things there I've never seen.
Did you ever go on the Arch?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we used to do that in grade school. Yeah, we did field trips there.
No, because when you go on the Arch, you get inside this little tiny metal box.
Yeah, it's like a little egg.
Yeah.
It's an elevator.
Yeah,
if you're claustrophobic, it's not for you.
No, I didn't do it.
Now, I haven't been up there in the Arch since I was a kid.
Right. I know I wouldn't do it. What else? Living here, believe it or not, brings me joy. And I said to myself this time, I lived in Arizona twice. I've never been to the Grand Canyon.
I think the last time I was in Arizona, I went to the Grand Canyon.
I've never been to the Grand Canyon. Lived in Florida. Hardly ever went to the beach. Now, I went to Disney World all the time.
Yeah,
I went to Disney World like two or three times a month.
I've been to Disney World a couple of times.
Yeah. When we had annual passes, I would go 2 or 3. Sometimes you just go for dinner. So those little things that bring me joy. What brings you joy? Can I share something with you real quick? You know that we do stream this show on YouTube and Facebook. So those of you watching on YouTube and Facebook, I want to show you something. I got this today in the mail. Dave, what's this say? Are you paying attention to me?
Don't California our Commonwealth.
Yeah. I want to thank Mike Doan for this. Mike sent me this really nice letter. He listens to the show, drives to work between 6:30 and 7, and sent me this. He said he printed them off, gave them to friends and family, and he had a couple left, so he wanted to send them to me, so he gave it to me. So, Mike Doan, thank you so much. I have one right here in the studio. The other I hung up in my office. And then check out our social media today, because after the show, I've got a little cartoon I made up with Mike's bumper sticker that we'll put out. News Radio WRVA and RBI. Get my right social media. News Radio WRVA and Rich for America. I changed my social media handles to Rich for America, but I'm going to put up a nice little cartoon we made up this morning for you as well. All right, number for you to join us on the James River Air text line, 833-804-1140, 833-804-1140 is the number for you to join us. I have to read this. When we read the best text messages, Dave, 633, 733, 833, and of course at 933, we have the experiment. I get this text message. I know that my day is going to be complete when I have this one person that text messages. He says, they say, I don't know if it's a man or a woman or what. My joy is to listen to Republican radio and laugh all day long at their agendas and made up lies they try to spew to the American public on a daily basis to protect their cult leader.
And
That's
you
what
say,
gives
I'm
him
salty.
joy. Yeah. That's what gives this person joy.
Hey, well, whatever makes you happy.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Hey, Rich, how embarrassing must it be for Republicans to wake up every day knowing they voted for a con artist, felon, pedophile to be their president? You know what, Dave? I guess can I share this with people? I'm actually gonna do some fill-ins this week. I told you that, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do afternoons this week in Philadelphia on the big talk station up there, WPHT. So that's one of the things I'm going to talk about on WPHT tomorrow, Friday afternoon. What would the world be like had Vice President Harris won? Because if you believe in the multiverse, there's a multiverse, Dave, where Donald Trump didn't get reelected president, and right now President Harris is sitting in the White House. What would be going on in that world?
I don't know if I want to live in that world.
This person does. They send me text. Sometimes they send me text messages before the program even starts. Just think, okay, please don't drive your car into a ditch. But what do you think the world would be like with a President Harris? Dun 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 dun. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the President of the United States, the Honorable Kamala Harris. Dun 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 dun. What do you think the world would be like with Harris as president of the United States over USA 250? I'd love to know what that. No, actually, I'd be afraid to know what that world would look like. But anyway, I'm going to do that topic in Philadelphia coming up either Thursday or Friday. What do you think people are going to say?
Boy, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, my favorite text
I'm
message.
sure it won't be good.
My favorite text message first. It would be a wonderful day for Americans. Yes. That incredible inflation we'd have, the open borders. It would be, yeah, because we were going the right way when she ran for president. And by the way, she's like the top right now for Democrats early on. Like, who are we gonna have to run? Who are we gonna have to run? Like, she looks like she's gonna get another shot at least to go as a favorite going into Iowa and New Hampshire.
Happy, happy, joy, joy, 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 joy.
Bum bum. So now we now I just ruined Joy Day for everybody, just giving you that nightmare scenario of Kamala Harris being in the White House right now. Oh, that would be scary. All right. Speaking of scary, I want to get to this story in just a little bit. We'll do it coming up at the top of the hour. The Democrats won big. Well, not those Democrats, the new Democrats. The Democratic Socialists win big in New York. They take a guy who had been one of the biggest Trump bashers. In fact, he was one of the guys that was part of the impeachment in the first Trump administration. He is about as liberal far left as you could be. And he was a perfect member of the Democratic Party 8 years ago. Now he's out. The Democratic Socialists, led by Bernie Sanders and AOC and the squad, and now Zoran Mamdani, had just had a butt-kicking night in New York City during the primaries they just had. Ladies and gentlemen, if I'd love to talk to Democrats. Do you realize what the direction your party's going, and are you good with that? Are you good with the open borders? We're not going to deport anybody. Let's get rid of the prisons. Let's not support Israel. Are you good with all of that? Free Palestine, all the things that you're hearing from the far left, that's not far left anymore. That is the Democratic Party of 2026. We'll get into that coming up here on the program on Richmond's Morning News. All right, let me remind everybody, today's program is brought to you in part by Men's Wellness Centers. Here's the deal. Once you hit the age of 40, things just don't work the way they used to. Your mental clarity, your focus, your energy, and, well,